Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video, I thought I would grab a few questions from one of my most popular videos. You probably already saw it. It's the QuickBooks Self-Employed tutorial. And there's just a bunch of questions down there in the comments. I try to address them as much as I can, but these few questions I thought I could address in a video as far as like a how-to is concerned. So stick around and I'll show you a couple of things on QuickBooks Self-Employed through the test drive version. And make sure you're subscribed to my weekly newsletter so you are the first to know of new videos that are coming out. And let's get to it. I'm going to actually share with you guys a new link for the QuickBooks Self-Employed test drive version. This is just directly on the QuickBooks.Intuit site because I've heard some feedback that sometimes the links that I'm providing for the QuickBooks test drive, they're not working. And I even tried it too earlier today and it wasn't working for me. So let's just go straight to here. And then you can scroll down and you'll see the two buttons. This is for QuickBooks Self-Employed right here. And then this is for QuickBooks Online. So we're doing a Q&A for QuickBooks Self-Employed today. And then it's going to load. I think there's like one quick screen. You just click on continue. All right. Okay, there we go. Now, regarding the first question, it says, thank you, great video. You are very clear and friendly. A pleasure to learn from you. So thank you for that comment. Now her question is, can we categorize personal expenses with QuickBooks Self-Employed? For example, groceries, gas, clothes, travel. And this is from Cynthia. Thank you for your question, Cynthia. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate you watching my videos. I actually did record a whole video on how to categorize your personal expenses in QuickBooks Self-Employed. So I'll link that video down below, but just for a quick overview, on this left-hand bar here, you click on transactions. And then now this test drive version doesn't have all of the bells and whistles that like the self-employed version actually has. So when you want to categorize something as personal, you would just click on this button in the middle that says personal. If it is like half personal, half business, then you can do a split here. And then it tells you like, I guess there's this warning message, but you can either do percentage or amount as far as like how you want to split it. So, I mean, that's kind of nice if you want to do like 50-50, or you can like create a rule for that. But generally speaking, it's just this quick button in the middle. You click on personal. Now in this section here where it says categories and tags, you can actually customize it when you're using the QuickBooks Self-Employed version. For example, you can select groceries, you can select gas, and then there's, I can't remember if there's a clothing one, but I know there's a shopping one. I know there's a pharmacy one, and there's all sorts of options for personal spending as well. And then that way, when you do like look at your report at the end of each month, you would be able to see, I don't know if this one shows it, but let's just say like the last 3 months. You would be able to see like business, and then it would show you a separate P&L so then you can see all of your expenses, business and personal, on kind of like that same document. So yeah, that's just the quick view of how to categorize it as personal. Now let's move on to the second question. So the next question is, how do you import it to Excel? You were clicking too fast, help. All right, so when you want to, I think what he's referring to is the tax details. Let's see here, the tax details report. Now it says Excel. You just have to scroll all the way down to see it. So this is the tax details report. When you click on download, it's going to be in Excel. This one here, for tax summary, when you click on download, it's going to be in a PDF file. So there's that. For this one, when you click on for tax details, when you click on download, it does come as an Excel file, and then you would just name it whatever you want it to name. So this is the test drive file for tax. Now this is tax details. So it's just going to be whatever information is in the QuickBooks Self-Employed test drive version for 2022. So let me just give you a quick a quick glance at what it looks like. So it opens up in Excel and you can kind of, reformat it to however you like it. But they have all of these tabs here at the bottom. And so this one is just like a summary overview of all 12 months. Here's the quarterly breakdown. This is a little hard to read, so I always kind of like rejigger the columns. So it tells you like, here's your spending, but here's what's deductible. So I think that's a kind of a nice feature. And then down here, there's like the totals. And then there's also a section for healthcare. And then these are the transfers. And then this is for the miles that are tracked within QuickBooks Self-Employed. So this is a really helpful perspective that you can use when it comes downtime for your taxes. And then it does say details. Each of these tabs show all of the details for all of the transactions that are in QuickBooks for that specific time period. So at the very end of this report, it will list out all of your personal expenses. There it is. And then, well, it does show different categories here, uncategorized. So, I mean, it's a good report just for data purposes. Love that it has an export to Excel that you can just see all of your data here. It's so helpful when it comes time to kind of like do your budgeting or do your taxes, especially your quarterly estimated taxes. I think this is a really helpful tool to have. All right, let's move that aside. And so the reports that I just looked at are tax summary and tax details. Sorry, I didn't click on tax summary. So let's open that. And you can kind of see it's similar information. It's kind of presented a bit nicer, which is good. So that's helpful. So it's just under the report section, and then there's tax summary and tax details, and it says Excel. So everything else is going to come out as a PDF. All right, let's move on to the third question. The third question says, can I list cash on hand spending on QBSE? And this is from Thomas. Thomas, thank you for watching and thank you for submitting your question. You can absolutely list cash on hand spending, and here's how I would manage it. So I would go over to the transactions tab on the left-hand side, and up here where it says add transaction, I would just go ahead and add transaction. So let's say it was for today and we're going to be meeting a client for coffee. Or you can call it client meeting, however you want to phrase it, but make sure you're specific and you can name the person. So let's just pretend you're meeting with me, and then it was a total of $25. And this is a business expense. And then you'll say, whoops, meals with clients, and then save. So when this transaction like goes over, see, it can tell you right there, Schedule C, meals. You can upload a copy of your receipt, which is a nice feature here, but you can also see it when you run a report for your profit and loss under this month, and then click on view, and then you'll see, there it is. There's that $25. I think it gets categorized as cash. Yes, it does, cash right there. All right, so that was hopefully a helpful way to add your cash transactions into QBSE. All right, well, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.